again, this is Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe class Wheeljack. Now, before I even get into anything, I have to tell you that this video review may be a little bit biased. For as long as I can possibly remember, Wheeljack has always been my favorite Transformer character, above and beyond any other character in the universe. That being said, I particularly really do not like the Wheeljack character in the Transformers Prime series. Now granted, we've only gotten him in one episode, but what I've seen in it, I really don't care for him too much. Now I never really followed any of the Transformer comics or anything of that nature, but everybody says that he's a lot like the comic version of Drift. Whether or not that's accurate or not, I have no idea, but this guy doesn't say Wheeljack to me. He looks like him, and I'm going to do my absolute best to try to give you an honest review of the toy itself, but I just want you to be warned that some personal opinions may slip into this. And I know that's not very professional, but when you're playing with a character such as Wheeljack, for me, I do take it a little bit more personal. So, there you go. Really cool picture there. I really do like the artwork there for Wheeljack. Ages 5 and plus. Now, I actually got this at Kapow Toys. So, normally right here, you'd have the tech specs and things of that nature. These are coming out in stores. I recently just went to my Toys R Us, and they had them. And here in Southern California, they've been popping up in Target stores all over the place. So, check your places, guys, because these are coming out. Wheeljack, flip around here on the back. Really nice shot of the Autobots. You got the robot mode, you got the vehicle mode, and it says that Wheeljack enjoys bringing pain to the Decepticons. That's his bio. So that's about it. But these packagings for the new Transformer Prime characters is actually pretty nice. I do like them. I don't like them as much as the first edition stuff, but it's overall not too terribly bad looking. So let's get Wheeljack open and give him a fair look and see how cool he actually is. All right, guys. So here we have Wheeljack opened up and out of its packaging, and hopefully it's not too white of a figure, and you guys can actually see what's going on. Now, in terms of the figure itself, I actually really do like this figure. I'm still not a big fan of the character, but the toy itself actually is a really nice representation of Wheeljack from the cartoon series. It's not the Wheeljack that I know and love, and that really does kind of bum me out because, honestly, they should have just called him something else. I really have a problem with him being Wheeljack. I've even seen some tech specs on this guy, actually, and they list his intelligence as like a 6. And that's really kind of unfortunate. All the other characters seem fairly faithful to their original incarnations, and Wheeljack here just really kind of goes away from that. But the vehicle mode, I mean, the toy, I absolutely love this toy. I have no doubt when I highly recommend this to you guys. I have no problem doing that whatsoever. I love this. It really does kind of look like a Lamborghini, a modern Lamborghini of sorts. Initially, when I first saw this, I mean, obviously he's a wrecker in the new Transformers Prime series and very ninja-like. And that being said, he's very stealthy. One thing that I instantly thought of with this was he really does kind of look like a stealth fighter. With all these weird angles and things of that nature, which are designed to kind of deflect radar signals, he definitely has that going on, and I think that works perfectly for this figure. As you can see, beautiful vehicle mode. I don't particularly like the big giant opening here. That's kind of weird. That plays into kind of a gimmick that I'll show you here in a minute. Kind of translucent plastic here for the windows. Some nice red and green paint, obviously. I like the fact that they actually painted his taillights. I mean, you know what, and then you see his sword stored underneath here. One thing that I will say is that you have to be careful with these swords because if you don't have them in there good, not all of his wheels will touch, and that's kind of unfortunate. But vehicle mode, this guy just is absolutely incredible looking. Really love the way this looks. Now, as I was talking about his weapons, I will tell you that the best, because they are a little bit softer, they're not completely rigid, but they're also not completely flimsy. I do recommend when you remove them, to remove them by pulling them from down here at the base area. Not so much here, because you can bend them and warp them. And then when you do that, I think it's this one actually, it doesn't go down all the way. You can kind of see it sticking up a little bit. And well, you can kind of see it. I can hear it scraping along the bottom. And that was actually the garbage truck, so that wasn't it scraping. But then you can take these and they just peg on the inside here. Well, that's upside down. Let me peg it in the proper spot. You can see little pegs here on the inside, and on here you see little tiny holes. Now, you do that, and well, again, that's upside down. You basically take Wheeljack and you transform him, and what the heck is going on with me? God, I
I don't know the difference between upside down and right side up and left side, whatever. Basically, you turn him into a woolly mammoth. Okay, and you know you can ram things like your hand or something. I don't quite understand that. I guess it's neat, but I don't know. It's really kind of weird, but I'll show these swords off here in a minute. Vehicle mode, though, I absolutely love this guy. Easily, I mean, it's so hard for me to tell you which is my favorite vehicle, because between this, the Vehicons, Bulkhead, I mean, all these vehicles just look so amazing. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite, but there you go. Now to transform them, you just kind of separate this. Now, this is all kind of crammed in here very well. So I usually kind of separate that, and then you kind of have to angle these down past this panel so you can see it kind of slide down like so. So angle it, kind of wiggle it in so that you can kind of get it where it's going behind this panel, and then you can just pull this out just like so. Now these legs are absolutely awesome to transform. So very cool. Absolutely love the way that these things transform. Take this section here, there's a lot going on. Rotate this around if I can. Here we go. Rotate that around just like so. Then rotate this upper entire section. Take this section here. This will rotate outward. Oh wait, no, slide that up. I'm sorry. First slide it up, then rotate it outward. Just so cool. Then this folds forward, and here you have his foot. And then you can take this little section here and you can fold that out like so. So again, take this section here, untab that, rotate that around. This section here slides up, rotates out, then rotate this entire section up here all the way around. Take the foot, fold that out, and here you have his legs. And again, this section here, and actually that's all kind of bent looking. Yeah, that kind of sucks. It's not supposed to be bent like that. That doesn't look very good. That kind of, it's crappy. So there you have his legs pretty much done. And I mean, I love the way his legs look. I really think that that's a very cool look for this guy, and the transformation on it is just really wonderful. Come up here to the top, and then you take these, separate this whole bit right here, these little side panels, and then underneath here, come on, there we go, just like so, and just pull those out. Come around here, fold this down, and then this accordion's up. You push this up, and his head comes out just like so. Fold that down, and then this section here, you have to fold these up, rotate these arms down, fold these up, and like I said, rotate these arms down and around, and then you have to line these panels up so that they're nice and straight. And then you're going to see little holes right inside here and here, and then you got another little groove slot right down here. There's going to be a little tab here, here, and here. They all have to line up, so just push that down, and it should tab in fairly easily, and there you have it. Then take this section here, fold these back just like so. Take these arms, extend these out, and then rotate this around so this section is towards the front. So go ahead, rotate that, bring these down, then this right here, kind of pull on this, rotate this around, tab that back in. This one's always usually a little tougher. This one's stiffer, and it really kind of makes me nervous that something's gonna break from pulling it out, but there we go. And then rotate that around, tab that in just like so, fold out his hands, and here you have Wheeljack in his robot mode. Now, much like his vehicle mode, the robot mode for Wheeljack is a wonderful representation of the Wheeljack character from Transformers Prime. Again, that being said, I don't like the character, and I am actually kind of bummed out that these are getting bent. I don't entirely know why, or if they're supposed to be bent like that, but I don't remember them being kind of off on that angle as much. I thought they were more like up and down with matching kind of parallel with his thighs. So that kind of bugs me. Now in terms of the figure, I do have some minor problems with it. I really don't particularly like these. Even on the show, they were more on a diagonal kind of angle than this kind of up and down. So that really kind of bugs me. And I really hate these gigantic windshield panels just dangling there. I mean, they really can't. I mean, they don't get in the way too terribly much of his articulation, but they just look ugly. I'm not really a big fan of that. And there's not even really a way that I could look that they could actually fix it unless they design the windows differently. But other than that, I mean, I really have no major problems with this figure. I think it's a very nice figure. And like I said, it really accurately captures the look of Wheeljack in terms of the show. Now, a lot of people have complained that he does kind of have gorilla arms. That's one thing that I actually don't mind too terribly much, because it very much reminds me of the G1 Wheeljack toy, and he had gorilla arms. The other minor problem when it comes to the arms is he doesn't have like a, I mean, he rotates here, but that's about it. I really wish he had some kind of a bicep swivel, or maybe if they somehow put his elbows on like a ball joint or something where you can actually rotate them around, because at the elbow they're stuck. And when it comes to his swords, you really can't get a heck of a lot of good poses with him, because you can't really well, come here, Wheeljack. You can't really rotate his arms, so it's like you're kind of like this, and his fists kind of rotate, but because of this bit right here, kind of gets in the way. So, I mean, you can kind of get some cool looking poses with him, you know, almost like he's blocking you or something, but you don't get a lot of rotation in his arms. Now, that's just a minor problem that I have with it. It would be nice if they actually included it, but what are you gonna do? In terms of his other articulation, his head's on this ball joint, so you get a range of motion there, and he does actually have light piping. One thing that doesn't really kind of work for me is his ears here. Again, they don't light up, and they didn't actually light up in the show or anything like that. So again, I guess that's just me comparing him to the Generations toy and then the Wheeljack figure or character from G1. But you can see he does have some good light piping there. I do like that. His arms here are on this kind of ball joint at the top, and then they also swivel like this. So you do get some, I mean, you can't go like that, so I guess I shouldn't complain too terribly much, because that really does give a good range of motion in his arms. So I guess I shouldn't complain about no bicep swivel. He bends here at the elbow, and then at the upper part of the elbow, and then another joint here at the elbow. The arms, or I'm sorry, the wrists are actually articulated. These are on ball joints, but again, because of these panels here, they kind of get in the way. But they also rotate in and out on a swivel joint. Nothing at the waist. Ball joints here at the hip, and they also rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Bends at the knee, and then you got some pivot here in the foot. Those are also kind of on ball joints. So you can really, I mean, you can get a real good wide pose with them. Let me see if I can. How did I do that? How did I manage to do that before? It was actually really kind of impressive how I did it. But I mean, it does look good and perfectly matches the character from the show itself. So I can't really complain too much. Now, he doesn't really have storage or anything for his swords in this mode. You can kind of put them up here, which I mean, you can peg them in there, I guess. That looks kind of goofy. I know Pia kind of mentioned this, that there's some slots right here, right on the side. If you want to, you can kind of slot these down here, and you sort of have storage for them. But again, now you have big giant little antennas sticking up, but people might actually like that, and he can, you know, reach up and act like he's about to pull one of the swords out or something like that. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I just think they stick up a little bit too high, mostly because of the hilt on the sword itself. But overall, I'm trying to straighten everything out so I can get a good size comparison for you. But like I said, he is a part of the Wreckers. And that being said, here you have one of the members, and here you have the other one with Bulkhead. And as you can see, in terms of a size comparison, I really think that they scale fairly well. Now granted, I think he should be a little bit taller, maybe about there or so, but just in general, this scale is not really all that bad. So these two really do nicely kind of display together. Now transformation back, go ahead and take these swords out if you put them in there. Come around here to these arms, and again, these are always a little bit of a pain in the butt. It's kind of good to kind of push this down and then grab from here and kind of pull them out and then rotate them around. So you kind of have a grip on them, and then just slide these in. This one is, again, always really kind of tough for me. So there, kind of grab it. There we go. And then rotate that around. It's not that it's stiff or anything, it's just it's on a weird angle. I don't know. I don't really have an explanation for it. And then just slide that around, and then that tabs in, although it doesn't really want to right now. There we go. So now you have his arms. Take the head, straighten that out, rotate these bits down, and these kind of tab together, sort of. Very flimsy tab, but they sort of tab together. Come around here, straighten this out, and that just accordions together like so. Come around here to the chest piece, separate here, rotate that up, and then this whole section here accordions down, kind of tucking the head away, and then fold that up, and then that pegs together just like so. Come around here, rotate these around, bring these down, kind of angle the little fists up and in so they fit into this little cavity section right there. Bring that, now sometimes, there we go. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's supposed to be right here. Okay, so it lines up there. And then it fits in here, sorry. I was looking at it upside down, give me a break. All right, there we go, just like so. And then you can kind of see up inside here, right inside there, there's a little black tab and then a little white section. You just line that up and then peg that in. Do that right on this side as well. And then you have that nice and secure on that side. Come around here to the front and then just tab that together and then just kind of squeeze everything. Come on. And then you have that done. And the windows are nicely tabbed together. Come down here to the legs, take the feet, straighten those out, rotate this bit out, rotate that around, and then this is going to slide down. Take this section, rotate this, and then you're going to see a little section right here that's going to tab inside there, just like so. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that, slide that down, rotate that around, snap that together, and then bring this entire crotch area, rotate that up, and then again kind of angle it in so it's going on the inside here of this piece, just like so. At least that's how I do it. I'm sure other people have easier ways, but this works for me. Tab that in, and then do the same on this side, bring it together, tab that together, and then it's just a matter of squeezing everything together till it lines up. And here you have Wheeljack back in his vehicle mode. Now, as I said, while I don't enjoy the character of Wheeljack in Transformers Prime, this toy is absolutely fantastic. The vehicle mode I absolutely love. It just fits the character so well. The transformation is really kind of fun, especially the legs. And it really pays off to what I consider one of the best looking robot modes of all the Transformer Prime toys so far. Without a doubt, this is a figure that I have no problem whatsoever recommending to you guys. Every aspect of it is just really well done and very cool, even if I personally think the character sucks. So, until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.